We're in the middle of Oscar season at the moment, and there's always that one movie that just dominates the competition. It sweeps the board of all the awards. I don't want to call it just yet, but Hacksaw Ridge could be that movie. You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
Please, Lord, help me get one more. Help me get one more.
Hey there guys, how are you? It's me, the Canadian Movie Buff, with a review of Hacksaw Ridge. So Hacksaw Ridge is centered around this guy named Desmond Dawes. He enlists in the army to become a medic, but he doesn't want to have to pick up a gun to defend himself. He believes that killing is wrong no matter the circumstances, and war is no exception. So he lands into hot water with his superiors, but luckily he's able to get past that, and he's able to go off to serve in Japan as a medic at a certain place called Hacksaw Ridge. I don't know what it is about Mel Gibson that makes him such a no-no name in Hollywood, but this guy can make movies, I'll give him that. I have no idea what caused him to be the infamous figure that he is today. I may have to Google that later. Regardless of what you think of him, this is definitely one movie you should see. When ideas for possible nominees are going to start rolling around, you can bet that Andrew Garfield is going to be a hot topic. And for good reason too. The guy does a fantastic job playing this guy who is unwilling to carry a weapon even though he is entering a war zone. I'm not saying he will win, I mean this isn't an Oscars prediction, but he does bring some strong competition to the field. I don't know if it's possible for two actors to be nominated for the same award if they work in the same movie, but Vince Vaughn and Sam Worthington are both worthy of the Best Supporting Actor nomination. Vince Vaughn has always been known as the comedy guy who always does that monotonous voice and always has that one of two expressions. But in this movie, he sort of breaks that mode. He's three-dimensional. It's like, hey, this guy can act. He's an actor right here. He's not just some plain slate. He's a guy who can actually act. A bit about Vince Vaughn's character. He plays Desmond Dawes' sergeant. At first he seems like a jerk, but as you go through the movie you realize, this guy is actually someone who cares about his men. He has to act tough in order to get these men to be tough. Moving on to Sam Worthington. The guy has been on call for Avatar 2, even though it's been 7 years since the first movie. Since then he's trying to figure out who he is in Hollywood. Is he a major blockbuster star? Is he more for the indie crowd? But between playing a guy working at base camp at Everest last year and playing Captain Glover in this, I'd say he's starting to figure out who he is. Avatar just boosted him into stardom overnight, but now that it's been a few years, he's managed to come down from that high horse, and now he's finally found his groove. What you gotta understand about war movies is that it's always going to be brutal and violent. Hacksaw Ridge is no exception. Granted, it doesn't get into any fighting scenes until about the last act of the movie, but still, when it hits hard. Sure, at the end of the day, you're able to say, it's just a movie, it's just a movie. But when you're in a dark theater and you're watching it, you're like, this is real. This is what happened to guys overseas 70 years ago. So if brutal violence is a deal breaker for you, then I guess you shouldn't see this movie. But then again, you probably shouldn't see any war movie if you can't handle the violence. Don't take that as a diss though. Violence like this is not meant to be glorified, it's meant to be portrayed in an accurate, realistic proportion, and that's what Mel Gibson does. So whether this is a pro or con, all depends on your appreciation for the realism. At the end, Hacksaw Ridge is a phenomenal movie. It shows this guy who is sticking to his beliefs even though it's landing him in trouble, and eventually he's able to go off and help people overseas, and it resulted in him saving 75 men who were left on the battlefield to die. It's definitely going to get people talking about the Oscar race. If not, it's going to have a high chance of getting into the Oscars. If you can't take the violence, that's fine, then this movie isn't for you. But if you can take it, then I definitely say go watch it, because Hacksaw Ridge is a total incrediblast! Alright, that's my review of Hacksaw Ridge. What did you think about it? Have you seen it? What's your favorite war movie? Leave your answer by commenting down below. And as always, this is the Canadian Movie Buff saying I hope you had a fantastic weekend at the movies. See ya!